Light up. There we go. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome in, everybody coming into the chat. Okay, so we'll get through this first part really quick. Make sure you guys are familiar with my legal disclaimer. It is in the description box below. Also in the description box is another link. It's the first thing that you'll see, but it's a link to my other platform where I do live oracle card readings. Like these are tarot cards, but like the Pantha Oracle, I have a bunch of oracle cards. So on that platform, I work primarily with the oracle cards, sometimes with the tarot. So yeah, you guys will want to get a subscription to both. Yeah, you think you dropped the hammer on those warlocks too hard? Yeah, for sure. Stormbreaker or Molnir. So make sure you guys are familiar with my legal disclaimer. It's in the description box. But by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled. Please be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes gatekeeping, shadow banning, and copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted by God and the Holy Spirit. So make sure that you don't steal the messages from God and the Holy Spirit. Okay. Now we're going to do the prayer. So if you guys don't pray, that's okay. I pray for all of us. So I ask that Archangel Michael and the archangels be with us now. I also call upon the Most High God, the Holy Spirit, Jesus Christ, and any other Sophia, any other benevolent beings of love and light, and Starseed family, all of that. Pretty much I'm praying to everything on this list, including the Galactic Federation of Light. So I ask that the Most High God continue to order our steps when dealing with anything in the spiritual or the psychic realm. I also ask that the archangels completely block out anyone or anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my collective, and I pray for all of my subscribers. So now as I call upon your personal favor, Most High, I ask that you continue to protect me and give me the full armor of God for protection and safety during my life's mission and work here on the earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence, and I meditate upon your divine will. Amen. And then anything else, God, that you have a message for me to deliver, anything that you need to get across. Of course, I am always your humble servant and open to delivering those messages. So the main thing is that God saw somebody messing around in the spirit realm. Someone tried to force you to have the dread of fear. Oh, that's not good. Wow. Dread, fear, emotion, kind of like despair. That's what I would think dread and fear would be like combined. Despair. Now, some of these emotions are actual beings, kind of like on Sandman, how despair is an actual person. They are actual beings. So the good thing is when you work with these energies, they'll give you an immunity to themselves. So like if you're working on despair and you work with despair, you'll get an immunity from despair. So, because entities will try to put you guys in a state where you're not believing in God. They basically want to break people of their faith because obviously we know why, because it's so strong. God saw somebody go up into, and like the video when you guys come in, please. God saw somebody go up into the spiritual realm and try to do some shit last night. So it was duly noted that this enemy of y'all's, this ridiculous person. I mean, I feel like you guys have somebody that's watching you, but okay, I'm going to start the reading when I have one like. Thank you. All right. I have this like awesome coloring book. Like seriously, this is like the best coloring book ever that I work on. Anyways, when the likes are not up. But for some of you, coloring may be significant. Just like, I know it seems like kind of childish or whatever. I got that at 5 Below. But, it's actually extremely therapeutic. Oh, you did? Thank you. I don't know why it doesn't show up sometimes. It's kind of annoying. Like people will say that they're hitting the like button and then it doesn't do anything. I'm like, what the hell? That's how I know something is either it's YouTube or something is messing with my platform. And I don't want to keep believing that. I'm trying to get out of that fear and that thought that somebody could hack me, but I just have to be patient and like take pictures of everything. So if you ever see me pull my phone up and take a picture, it's because I'm taking a picture of whatever fuck shit is going on with YouTube that's saying wait while we reconnect or whatever. Okay. And then I make sure that I have all the other windows closed out on the thing. I mean, I'm trying to do everything that I can to make it so that it works. But yeah, so somebody is like seriously pissed off. Ooh, they tried to do a destiny swipe last night and what in the crap? It did not work at all. This person was able in the past to exchange energies or siphon energy, I should say. But literally, they want this Ace of Pentacles that God has for you. Literally, they got caught up in the spirit last time, like the last time they did it, which was last night. They attempted to. And so you guys were fighting in the spirit. Yeah, of course they tried. Was it successful? No, it was not successful. In fact, the energy that they extracted from you was not even your energy. They thought that they got some energy from you. They actually got some energy from Archangel Michael. So what they thought that they pulled off of you is Archangel Michael's energy. And this person is waking up. Like okay. You know that feeling like, or that taste when you throw up to the point that you have like stomach bile. I am feeling I'm like feeling and tasting a literal stomach bile. Somebody has been throwing up. Yeah, you don't remember your dream except there was some fighting. Yeah, you were definitely fighting this person off in the dream state. Whoever they are, wherever they are right now, they're throwing up. Hi, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, Milky Haji. Hopefully I said that correctly. But yeah, definitely. This person is like throwing up. They're sick. They thought that they were going to get healthy energy off of you. This person is actually sick. They're throwing up to the point where it's just stomach bile that keeps coming up. This person doesn't realize that why they're sick. Like they really feel like, oh, maybe I got the flu. No, you don't have the flu. The energy you tried to extract, this person, they did not get that energy from you. They got some other type of energy and it's really making them sick to their stomach. Look at this. The 3 of Cups. This is about your guys' harvest. Obviously. I mean, okay. So yes, harvesting energy, but like also this is about what God has for you. I mean, you guys are going to be reaping a really big harvest in August. Oh, and happy July 1st to you guys. Happy 1st of July. Yeah, Michael must have trolled them and was like, here, this is some sickness. Raphael healed Alex from, yeah. Oh, your name is Alex. Cool. I love that name. So yeah, like literally, Archangel Michael was like, no, we've had it with this. There was a cord that this person was using to try to reattach, and that has been fully severed. So this person can do whatever stuff. I don't know what type of witchcraft this is, but they can do whatever stuff they need to do. I'm specifically getting some Luciferians. So I don't know what type of Luciferian magic that is performed or if it's even linked to the Illuminati, but they tried to do their same thing that always worked before and it did not work. Also, this person doesn't want you to celebrate with other people because they feel like the more joy you have, the more abundance that comes into your life. Like this is talking about whenever we see the 3 of Cups, it's talking about getting to celebrate with people, right? And then also having an abundant harvest, but it's like in every aspect of your life, having abundance in love, having abundance in fun. You guys could be planning a camping trip or a wilderness like retreat, confirmation, a wilderness retreat, or you may want to this next month or these next couple of weeks. Like I said, I think it was in the other reading. I don't know which reading it was I did yesterday. But when you guys remove yourselves and you go into nature, you could even happy all day. Yay. Yeah. Okay, good. You are planning on going camping. This is going to be the best thing because when you guys retreat to nature kind of like, it heals you But it not only heals you, it grounds your energy, and anything, like anything spiritual that you take into nature. And this is why people would go into forests, specifically forests. If you have a request or you need an answer answered, like that's where you go to ask the question, right? And so um the desert is basically a beautiful place for meditation. And so the forest is great for getting answers back. The ocean is good for all things, I think. But yeah, going into nature, what's going to happen is that all of this energy that's being sent to you through the internet or through whatever technology, it's not going to be able to reach you. Even if you have your phone with you, it's still not going to be able to. And even if you can get on the internet, this energy is still not going to be able to reach you because you're going to be in, nature. And so, yeah, this camping trip, this is a very good thing. Okay. You might see some stuff. Like, I literally feel like you guys are beloved by Native Americans. Yeah. Nature's airplane mode. Exactly. So when you go into this nature, well, you go into this camping experience at nighttime, you may see some stuff like moving around in the bushes, like spiritually. This is stuff that's just very curious and it's excited that you're there to connect, and it's fairy like. It's very much, I mean, I don't know if the Native American people would have called it a fairy type creature, but I would consider it to be a fourth dimensional energy. And so, yeah, spirits are saying that you're protected no matter where you go, like you're covered no matter where you go. So this popularity that you're getting, this is a beautiful thing, because I really feel like people in your past, now, I'm sure that every person, yeah, Native Americans do like you, and yeah, I care about them, and they have very close ties to the Pleiades. Actually, they got a lot of their wisdom from the Pleiades. Well, a lot of their star wisdom, I should say. But yeah, so you may be invited to a social event as well. And that could be like somebody's wedding. It could just be a party. It could be something fun. It could be something in the community, like a block party or a city party. I'm going to encourage you guys to get out and live your life, and to not feel like, because somebody wants you to feel like you can't live your life. They want you to feel like you have to stay inside. And I disagree. I feel like going outside is going to be a beautiful thing for you. I know that when you guys go out into nature, you don't have to be afraid of any wild animals, because the wild animals are there to protect you. It's kind of like how the alien that's called Predator, how the Predator will only unalive things that are a threat. That's how the fairies are like with you guys. Like, the fairies will only attack something that's a threat, and you're not seen as a threat or as a danger. And so it's like you're welcomed into nature. Also, when you do a fire, you may want to put a little piece of sage or Palo Santo in the fire and allow the fire. You can do a meditation. Hi, Girl Gone. Welcome in. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So you can do a meditation on the actual, thank you, I am, on the actual fire, and allow the smoke to just kind of cleanse your aura. And really, this is just like a very good thing. Like, it's called a fire wash technically, but you're allowing the fire to basically cleanse your aura. And of course, I'm always going to tell you guys to secure your food. If you're bringing dry goods, I would keep the most of the dry goods in your car if you can. You just want to make it not a, like, how they tell you to hang your meat and stuff, but if you could keep your dry goods in the car, that would be good. That way, if any animal does come along, like a raccoon or a bear or something, that they're not smelling the food, because I think that's what attracts them. But I still get that you guys are going to be safe no matter what. And I'm seeing a mountain-like area. Oh, you were a Boy Scout. Awesome. I was a Girl Scout for a little while when I was really young. So yeah, very good stuff. Very good stuff. Also, your spiritual team is whooping somebody's ass. I mean, severely. This person is never going to try you again because of the spiritual ass whooping that they're getting right now. This person was in the Four of Cups, very dissatisfied with their life. This is somebody, like, This person to you is somebody that feels like their life is not fair. They feel like they've been dealt a bad hand, but this person really, oh, you were a Girl Scout too, Gorgon? That's awesome. That is awesome. Well, we share that in common. So yeah, this Four of Cups energy is somebody that's self-absorbed, they're depressed, they're very focused on the material side of life. And so, yes, we are scouts. Definitely focus on the material side of life, which it's okay to be focused on the material side of life, but there's got to be some type of balance between material possessions and the physical world. This person only focuses on the physical world and the material possessions, nothing about the spirit. And that's why, everything that they try to do, it backfires. And so these people are looking for happiness in all of the wrong places. They see you guys happy and moving forward and living your lives, and then these people are jealous. Also, somebody is jealous of someone's children, and they're also jealous of the fact that you maybe you have testicles or ovaries still. I mean, they're jealous about that. It's crazy. They don't want you having a family with anybody, like your own family. And these people really need something more in their life. What these people need is God. They need God and the Holy Spirit. These people really need to go to God, because, the divine is going to guide these people away from doing these weird actions. Oh, you're a Taurus. Cool. Tauruses are good energy. They're really, really, really hardworking people and very successful. So yeah, these people have a loss in interest in the normal things. I also, whenever I see the Four of Cups, I look at that hand as being like a fairy cup. You know that when you're in the land of the fairies, you do not eat or drink anything. It could really mess you up, especially when you come back to this realm. I'm literally getting that these people have made so many requests in the spirit that this fairy energy that follows you is giving this person an offering that they're not going to like. Offering them some shit in that cup. Oh my gosh, you did just send me a super chat and it's not showing? Wow. Wow, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Just crazy. Oh, other readers, sense that you're part Fae. As absolutely. Absolutely. So look at this, you guys. You have some good stuff coming in. You guys are the magician. You guys are the real magician. These people envy this because they can't transmute the energy. Okay, yeah, try again, and we'll see if it shows up. I pray that it does, because I don't know what keeps trying to cock block that. But I am getting ready to try to contact YouTube about it, about all of these problems. I have like 50 things I need to say to them. But yeah, so the Four of Cups energy is someone being very dissatisfied. The magician, you being in the energy of the magician just shows me that you're extremely determined to, work on your goals. And I do feel like you guys are receiving divine insight at this time. This person's got to walk away dissatisfied. I mean, they're not going to be happy if this person can't be with you, they're not going to be happy. If they can't live your life, they're not going to be happy. This person's just not going to be happy with whatever they've got going on. Yeah, they're definitely having to walk away from a current situation. They have an extremely bad attitude about everything. These two cards just popped out, the Five of Wands, which is, yeah, you sensed a lot that the network yesterday that was coming against you was getting rammed around. Exactly. This Five of Wands, all these people argumenting together, having arguments together, basically. It's just because they're all competing with one another. I mean, these people try to compete with you, but you're not really their competition. You can't compete where you don't compare. And so this person has tried to create secret opposition to what you're creating. This could be a King of Swords energy, somebody who's very, very judgmental. It says that this person, they could be over 40 years old, but they feel like they have the authority to bring down the hammer on you, and they don't. They really, really don't. This is like, you're getting vindicated. This person also pretends to have high moral values. They want to be seen as somebody of authority, but the fact that you outrank them makes them feel extremely uncomfortable. And I do get this, that all these people are shocked that what they tried to do to you to set these 5 wands against you, they worked with definitely a group of 5 to 6 people to attack you, and it backfired. And now these people are throwing up stomach bile. This is because you are the real hat boy. You're the real one. Yeah, they want to compete to be you, but that's impossible. Only you can be you. You have the energy of the high priestess, which means you've got this inner wisdom, you've got this guidance, and you've got this spiritual nature that, point blank period, allows you to see through every time they try to send this 5 of wands energy to you. Like, this is you being able to see through why they're doing it. It allows you to see why they're doing it, and allows you to see what they're trying to do. Because again, they're not having success with this. These people now, they don't know what to do. They're going to have to see, these people are broke. That's one thing. They keep trying to siphon energy to make money. That's why make sure you're careful with who you're sharing your sensitive information with. Wow, really? The video feed just glitched after you mentioned the Pastor Warlock? Oh, yeah. So definitely, I mean, we're all being watched, but I pray that the Galactic Federation intervene on the internet, and through the internet. I'm sure that they have better things to do. They're always fighting wars and making negotiations, but they need to look at the internet. And I also pray that the Most High God, because the internet is literally, he's over 40. Yeah, I definitely get that energy. This person might be gay. They might be actually gay. I'm not even picking up bisexual. I'm getting full blown. And there's nothing wrong with that. But this person is saying in their sermons that you should not be gay. And then this person is gay. It's kind of, I mean, God is going to hold this person to what they say, but they're not holding themselves to what they say. So I don't know where this behavior is coming from, but it's definitely a very bigoted behavior. I'm also hearing that, they know that you're the high priestess and that you have these gifts and abilities, but they don't know how strong they are. And this is why God's never going to give these people information that could ever hurt you. You know what I mean? It's always going to be information that they can't really do anything with. And these people know that you're meant to be successful on the World Wide Web, that you connect with others that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that also is this part of your destiny. Part of meeting your twin flame could be on the World Wide Web. Part of you uniting with your beloved ones could be on the World Wide Web, especially if you're into ancestry and stuff like that. This person doesn't want you to look into your own ancestry. And if you are adopted, this person doesn't want you to look into your biological ancestry, because they don't want you to see that everybody in your, well, I would say everybody that's like you energetically has this high priestess ability. The high priestess is somebody who is mysterious. They've also got really, really big talents when it comes to, being psychic, intuitive. And the world shows me a happy time for you guys, Yeah, this person absolutely acts like they're holy, and they're not. They think that they're better than you because maybe their father was also a preacher. I don't know, some shit like that. But yeah. Yes, they don't want you to know how powerful your family is, because and this is the thing. Oh, thank you, Girl Gone. General Reed. Okay, so this is the thing. I was kind of just talking about the adopted thing. Whoever this person is that's watching you like a hawk, they don't want you to tap into your real lineage, because once you go down that line of ancestry into like your birth parents, your bloodline, if you were in foster care, this is about you going into your bloodline. They know that you are going to see this, that you're going to know that other people in your bloodline have this ability. Now, when I found my birth family, I didn't really get to find my mother, but until she passed away. But her side of the family was all tarot readers. My side of the family is all Reiki master, or my dad's side was all Reiki masters and healers and stuff like that. So it runs in both sides. That type of information is going to come up when you do a study. You may even realize that your parents had some abilities that they didn't know that they had. And this is the beautiful thing about this time right now, is that you guys are realizing that these genetic gifts that God's given you, yeah, even though you don't know mine, you're going to do the ancestry test. Yeah, and the thing is that, Grogan, I think that even if you do the ancestry test, it may not come back 100% correct, because you have something in your DNA that is not, it's not human. That could be why this person is trying to treat you inhumanely, because they feel like, well, they're not actually a human. They're an angel, or they're this. I mean, who would abuse an angel? I don't know. Somebody that's delusional. But they are afraid of you guys finding out the source of your power, and also finding out the stories attached to your lineage. I'm like literally kind of being reminded of the story of Ragnar's second wife, how she came from, in her lineage, they had a story about her father killing a dragon. Okay. That's just one example. So you could have something like that actually tied to your bloodline. Yeah, absolutely. So you may get a little piece of what your genetics are, but it may not be the whole thing. And then when you're signing the waiver for your genetics, I would sign it to keep it private, because I feel like sometimes they post people's genetics like on the internet. I think that that could be potentially Oh, you are not adopted. I feel like it could be potentially dangerous. So Ragnarok, for you not being adopted, that's, that's good, because you can actually ask your ancestors, like your family members, if they've had any experiences. Yes, I feel like it's going to be hard for them to pinpoint it because of being adopted too. Yeah. And I also feel like your adopted family, maybe don't tell them that you're going to be looking into your ancestry and stuff, because it may make them feel a type of way. Your mom is a powerful medium, but she doesn't practice. Exactly. And you know how, like, all of those things in the past were very taboo. To even have any type of spiritual gift, it was taboo. And it was like, oh, you're a witch. Like, that's just the way that people thought in the past. And so as things progress and change, your gifts and abilities are going to be more widely accepted. I mean, there are some families that are just straight up Luciferian and satanic or whatever, and they really function off of that magic. But I'm getting that you guys have like a balance between light and dark. And that's why you have so much support coming into this realm. Yeah, Native Americans all love your mom. She cares very much about them. Wow, that's beautiful. I am also getting that, you guys, that when this test comes back, you may find out that you're an indigenous person of some type of place, or that you have like indigenous blood within you. I'm also getting that some of you guys may literally, if you find out that you have any type of Native American in you, or in any type of indigenous, you could basically get a payment from the government each month. I don't know if you guys know about that, but if you're Native American and you don't live on the reservation, I think I was thinking about this story that, well, it's a story now because I already went through it. There was, when I worked for the Crystal Ray, we would have to go to Tucson to get our crystals. Basically, they have a big crystals come in from all of the world. They take over the entire town of Tucson, Arizona. And so you go, and to buy all of the crystals, you basically go to all of the vendors there. Why I'm telling you this is because when we were driving through Arizona, I looked, because I wasn't driving. I was watching the scenery, and I saw a Native American. Well, I saw some type of deity. It was a dark deity. It was cursing the land actively, like as we're driving by. I'm like, what in the hell is this? And so I like asked the person I was with, who's also psychic, and we kind of looked at it. And yeah, the land was being cursed. And it was because, and all of a sudden I look up and I see a sign and it says Native American reservation. And I go, oh, okay, I see what's going on here. So something was trying to, and I don't know who it came from. I just cleared the energy and got rid of it. But yeah, something was definitely trying to curse um, the reservation land. Wow, look at this. I really feel like the government tried to breadcrumb these indigenous people. But this Six of Pentacles energy is not your energy. This is the energy of, this person that's watching you. They wanted to gain control over your guys' financial life, but you don't know your dad's. Well, that'll be interesting to see what the ancestry says. But again, if you can even get a like surname, you can look that up and see a little bit more about that. It's so interesting to me, ancestry and how we're all connected. So somebody wanted to dominate how you are going to be perceived by the world. They also basically feel like they have the right to judge you for something. I don't feel like this person has any right to judge you. Like, they may be a judge or a law official or somebody of authority, but they don't have authority in the spiritual realm to call judgment on you guys. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised, you guys, if you guys were related in some type of way. Girl Gone and Ragnarok, you guys may be related in some type of way. But yeah, these people want to change the narrative, but they want to control the outcome of the narrative, which would be like the outcome of your destiny. These people don't know your destiny. That's why when this person went into the spirit to try to do what they did, and they utilize some type of African practice. So you may not even have African as a tribal, but this person, they don't have it either. I don't know what the hell they're doing. It's crazy. Yeah. Yes. Honestly, want to do an ancestry test and a past life read. Absolutely. Absolutely. When you get that test in, if you feel okay with sharing the results of it, we can definitely look into that. So the good thing about this is that you guys are going to be sharing your gifts and talents here with the world. Yeah, you only know bits and pieces. That's how it was for me for a long time. And then, well, it still is that way, I guess, because I never got to meet my mother. So it'll be bits and pieces, but you'll be thankful for the information that you do get. This is like how you bring your messages to the world. You guys are going to be affecting a lot of people in a positive way. And I always will tell you to never underestimate the effect you have on others, because it could be you just smiling at somebody that could be change the difference between life and death. So you got a manipulative. Yes, that would be awesome. You got a manipulative person that wants to see you breadcrumbed. I'm picking up on somebody that's trying to take credit for your progress. Italian pastor warlock, yeah, he's dabbing with African voodoo, absolutely, but he's not even African, and that's the most dangerous shit to do. Yeah, African deities definitely protect you guys. Like, I'm getting big Shango energy, and Obatala, Ologun, yeah, you guys definitely, and Girl Gone, you've definitely got Oshun energy, and Oba, Oya, and Oshun. Ooh, I just got chills. So yeah, these people are dabbling and playing around in stuff that's not even their culture, and which is weird to me. I mean, it's one thing to have a spiritual connection to these beings, because they're not just beings. They're not just like light beings. They're like forces of nature also. Yeah, Shango watches over you for sure. Thunder protects thunder for sure. It is very interesting. So it's like you guys could go into African spirituality and you wouldn't have a backfire, but this person's getting a major backfire because they're abusing the spirituality. They're not like how we're attracted to. I'm attracted to any version of Thor, whether it's Shango, Indra, any version of Thor. Like, I am obsessed with that. And so I just love Thor, and I love God of Thunder energy. So literally, I have a lot of respect for that. This person's not respecting the African culture, and they're trying to use only the dark side of it. Because again, voodoo and Santeria, and hoodoo and all that, it can be used for healing purposes. There's a lot of Haitian, I listen to a lot of Haitian storytellers, to be quite honest. And I think my favorite one is called Rebecca's Journey. Okay. She's got a platform. She tells a lot of magical stories basically from Haiti. But I watch a lot of stories about Haiti, and it seems to me like Haiti, they have a whole system of healing that is based off of kind of like voodoo, but it's positive, and a lot of natural remedies and things like that. Yeah, the Italian pastor Warlock, his last name. Oh, is Scipio. That's that word you've been saying. Okay. He thinks Africa is with him because of his ancestors. Yeah, Scipio Africanus. Wow. Yeah, gonna try to control electricity. Wow, that will be very interesting. That'll be very interesting. So yeah, this energy that wants to see you breadcrumbed and wants to breadcrumb you, they're trying to use some type of voodoo. But again, it's not working. This is why they're throwing up. This person's extremely violently ill because they tried to use some type of energy against you that supports you. And this is why it's the most dangerous thing to be a white person using voodoo to attack somebody who's melanated. Okay. That is dangerous. You definitely do not ever try to use somebody's physical ancestors against them, but some people are just on another realm of stupid. Like they're just on another level of stupidity. You know what I mean? And I don't know what spiritual things there are in Italy that this person could go through, but I do feel like this person is trying to steal from the chosen. They want to take the chosen destinies and turn it all into one destiny. This person wants to be worshipped like a false idol, basically. Wow. Wow. In a gaming clan, he betrayed you. That's ridiculous. The Two of Pentacles, you guys are going to be receiving some really good news. Very good news soon. I feel like this could be about your health. It could be about your wealth. It could be about the turning point in a situation. Maybe you were stuck in a cycle with this other person who wanted to have authority over you, and that cycle is done and over with. Also, you may be picking up projects that you put aside. Like, let's say that you've been wanting to revamp your garage. You may actually have time to do that now because the time that you were spending in spiritual warfare, it's going to lessen. You're not going to have to spend as much time. Also, instilling the fact that God is an all-loving God into your children and into all children may be part of your divine life mission. Your dream walking is getting stronger. Good. Yeah. Is that a witch gift? I consider witches to be people that have spiritual abilities that abuse them, but I don't see you abusing your gifts. So I would just say that it's definitely a healing gift. And it definitely feels indigenous for sure. An indigenous power. So there is definitely a King of Pentacles, okay, that is on this King of Swords ass. This person, somebody owes someone money. And this is not you owing anybody money. This is somebody else owing somebody money. Owing this King of Pentacles. This King of Pentacles is somebody that makes deals. Maybe this is somebody that goes around to different celebrities and makes deals with them, like, for fame and fortune. I wouldn't be surprised. Okay, he called himself Jupiter, and then lied to a lot of people claiming to be Jupiter. Yeah, I don't really get Jupiter vibes from that person. But he's not, for sure. Seeing Jupiter's sun. Jupiter had a lot of sun, so I'm wondering which one. Yeah, he wanted to claim to be, oh, I know which one for you is Gilgamesh, a.k.a. Hercules. Or Hercules. Yeah, your dream walking was your first gift as a kid. Yeah, this is why these people attack your dream state so often. Well, they tried to. They tried to last night, but it didn't work. It's like always the same thing with these people. This is definitely somebody who's been trying to get you involved in some type of police dealing. I mean, you're going to have the victory over these people because they are not. I've turned all of the cards so they're in the upright, but I'm still reading it as this Chariot energy is something that they have tried to, it, like, they feel like if they can't financially restrict you from speaking the truth and helping other people heal, this is definitely about you guys being healers and they hate the fact that you can rejuvenate. And so they don't want you to rejuvenate financially, and they were not able to break you. And then they feel like they're going to come in with this domination, this chariot energies. Yeah. Always use dream catcher. Since I put a dream catcher up, I have had so much better sleep. I was really, really struggling for a minute there. And I was just like, God damn, every night, you've got to be kidding me. But yeah, dream catchers legit work. So make sure that you're always cleansing your dream catcher. And you can just open the window and let the sunlight shine in on it. And that's one way to cleanse it. This chariot energy, I feel like somebody could have tried to hire a private investigator to investigate you guys. And this investigator found some type of evidence that puts you in the clear of any type of crime that these people were trying to throw on you. And so I feel like this private investigator is this chariot energy. They're sitting on the information. Yeah, they're sitting on this information because they were hired by this King of Swords person that, and Girl Gone, this King of Swords for you could be somebody that is attached to your family or somebody that doesn't want you to find out about yourself. So I do feel an energy there attached to your birth family or something like that. I mean, it just depends if your adoption was closed or open. You may want to look, if you have adoption papers, you may want to look at that to get the surnames. But yeah, somebody is definitely trying to keep you guys from finding out about another skill that you have. And this oppressive chariot energy, like I said, this is some type of private investigator that's looked into the situation and sees that you're in the clear, like you haven't done anything. And so this could also be about an inheritance that may come to you through the birth family that you don't know, or through, and this could even be somebody else's family that values your work and your service. Like, I feel like you have somebody that's a do-gooder that wants to give you money, but they're battling their own family members for that. 8 of Wands. Yeah, the crossroads. Definitely at a crossroads. So this person wants to get some type of, they wanted to get some type of dirt on you, but you're not doing anything illegal. That's why they're not going to be able to set you up. And this private investigator did not know when they started investigating you, they did not know that this other person was the one committing the crimes. Like this, when this chariot energy finds out about all of this shit, basically, this chariot energy is going to be very unhappy. And not with you. They definitely see you as being the innocent party. So you may get a message from Spirit, or a message from Gabriel, or a message from the Most High, or you could get a message from your spiritual team, or in the physical mail saying that that investigation that was opened against you has been closed, or something like that. And yeah, you've been trying to figure out the other gifts. So your oldest dream walked. You saw a tall lady who was pale white standing over him, and he couldn't move. Wow. Sounds like sleep paralysis. Yeah. The vampire entities. The first time I experienced sleep paralysis there was a vampire. It came up into my face, and it was like, I'm going to come back when your stepdaughter's here. Oh, hell no. I got up out of my body. I pushed that thing into the corner, and I was like the sign of the cross. And then I was like, boom, and it bounced, and it never came back. This 8 of Wands is quite interesting because this is definitely bringing these people to a crossroads where they never thought that they would be, because they really, really thought that this was going to work. God saw everything, though, literally. God's like, okay, I've let you get away with it this far. God's letting these people dig the pit for themselves, like literally. The moon. I'm not even kidding. Up under the moon, they went to the crossroads with some type of stupid offer to the spiritual realm, and the spiritual realm said, no, we're not coming for the collective. In fact, if these people were working with the practitioner, I feel like somebody was working with the practitioner to deceive the police, so the police would go for the wrong person. But all of the clues and evidence lead back to this other person who is actually committing the crimes, like this King of Swords energy. So none of the evidence, like, And this is why you just don't commit crimes, because first of all, it's karmic. I mean, depending on the crime, I guess. First, it's karmic. And secondly, these people were used to throwing their negative karma on you, and you were feeling the effects of it, but you weren't having to fully deal with it, because if you were, they would have been able to do something to you. Death, literally. Yeah, the worst thing that somebody could use against you is that you have freaky porn choices. That's not illegal. So, you know what I mean? Again, even if you engage in a little bit of debauchery, it's like, it's not enough to make God turn away from you. Okay. Like it's one thing if you were like watching child videos or some shit, but that's not what I'm picking up on. And so, yeah, I'm not even getting spirit being upset with that at all. I mean, that's kind of normal. Everybody's going to have sexual urges. This death energy, this is like literally what they were trying to use the moon for. Yes. Yes, absolutely. Get your boys dream catchers. And remember that Florida water spray, because they can spray the dream catcher. Easy, easy, easy to cleanse it. This death energy, they were literally trying to bring an offering to the crossroads to end something for you, and you're going to be getting messages that things are actually opening up. Whatever doors were being shut in your face are going to be opened, and you're going to be brought through. Look at this. The Empress always shows up for you guys because you guys are nurturing parents. You guys are lovers of nature. And that's why this is why going out into nature is so powerful. So Girl Gone, you may want to think about taking, we were talking about this at the very beginning of the reading. You may think about taking your kids on an overnight camping trip where you guys all go out into nature and you just spend time together. And I don't know where you guys live at, but I get that it would be something that you could do that would be cheap and affordable and very enjoyable for you guys. Oh, the grove near your home. Yeah. Yeah. Bodies of water heal you for sure. Same thing with me. Every time I go to the ocean, it takes off like every problem that I ever feel like I have. So yeah, this death energy, this is an ending. They use the moon magic too many times. This is an ending for these people. They're literally having to run away with their tail between their legs because, they had a lot of different choices of how they could have made this right with you. I'm also feeling something with the throat chakra. So they're like, definitely we're trying to restrict your throat, restrict you from speaking, or restrict you from helping others. This is because somebody doesn't want you to tell your story because it's a testimony. Wow, your youngest dreamt of a witch and dead cats. Now that's interesting. How I would interpret that is if he saw a witch and a dead cat, that means that whatever witch has been working against them, they've lost a valuable possession. They've lost a part of their protection team. So, some witches can turn into cats. They're called lugaroos, shapeshifters, skinwalkers, stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's what I get. Because your animals are your first line of protection. If anybody's sending you negative energy or black magic, your animals are going to get hit first, and your home's going to get hit. And then it's like you'll always be the last one hit. But the thing is that God's showing you that you're defeating your enemies with prayer. And you got to know that prayer is powerful if you're literally taking witches completely out. Your cat is healed, by the way. Oh, good. Oh, she was really sick, but she healed. That's another thing. If your animals get sick or if they pass away, that's somebody trying to attack you. But if they get healed, that means that a reversal has happened and that energy has gone back on whoever the one was the one that was actually doing it. Somebody also was trying to use the energy of the stars against you, like astrology, somebody wants to know what your birth chart is. And this is probably one of the reasons why I would say to look at your adoption papers so you could see the time you were born and all that and make sure the information's correct. But somebody wants to know what your birth chart is because that's how they work, is like through their birth chart. And so they feel like if they know all of your astrology and zodiac, then they have a better way of attacking you. That's not even true. You guys have ascended beyond the birth chart. And this is why I really like the bornless ritual that Aleister Crowley has in Thelema, because when I performed it, well, I basically read about it and I asked God to do it for me. But it basically takes your birth chart and it clears all of it, everything attached to your name, everything like that. So when people try to go use your birth chart, use your own energy, and use your zodiac against you, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just be very wary of who you tell people that. You notice witches, yeah, and do not like you or your kids. That's because you guys literally are like witch hunters. And not in the sense of Salem witchcraft was an abomination, okay? Because literally I don't even know if there was real witchcraft going on at that time. I'm not for sure, but I do know that people were pointing at their neighbors because they wanted their neighbor's shit, and then they were saying that they were witches because they wanted their neighbor's shit. Literally, they wanted their land, they wanted their possessions, all of that. So I feel like probably no, the people that were being witches at that time, I don't think that they died in the Salem witch trial, but I do feel like a lot of innocent people died. You know what I mean? Literally, I do feel like that. Yeah, and I feel like also, yeah, there is a definite difference between a priestess and a witch. Again, I only consider witches people to be the people that use their abilities to hurt people. And then if you're a high priestess and you're using your abilities for good, then you're a healer or a psychic or an intuitive. But even those labels don't feel like the right thing, because I want you guys to start thinking of yourselves as being your higher self. The more that we can relate to the higher aspect of ourselves, the easier our life is going to be, because the connection will just be so clear. So yeah, we invite our higher selves forward into our consciousness and awareness now, to infinity and beyond. The Fool. These people thought that you were going to fall for their tricks. They literally feel like that if they cloak themselves well enough that you're not going to see them. I don't care what these people do. You know, they're running away with their tail between their legs. I don't care what they try to do. You're going to see through these people. That's the whole point of being the high priestess. Wow. Wow, that's interesting. Middle or South America. Wow. Wow. North America for 500 years. Wow, that's cool. Yeah, I'll have to study South America again, because I only know of a couple countries like down there. But I'm also hearing that somebody thinks you have a learning disability, and this learning disability is going to keep you from using this high priestess gift that you have. Okay, if you have a learning disability, for some reason, I'm getting that you could still use your high priestess abilities. So this person's belief is what's blocking them. The Five of Swords. These are, remember when I talk about how these people are definitely, welcome in, Shama Maria. I hope you're having a beautiful day. That these people are always putting themselves first in the worst type of way. It's extremely foolish to be, because these people are putting themselves before their congregation. They're putting themselves before their own family. They're putting themselves before, and again, of course, we have to put that oxygen mask on ourselves so that we can put it on our child. But this goes beyond that. This is going much farther beyond that. And they wanted to summon up all of this death with the moon. Let them, because they're up under judgment. Heavy ass judgment, like the last judgment. I'm serious. God is pissed off. God wants you guys to be the new spiritual leaders of this world. And I don't really like the word guru, but like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody that inspires others. And God does not like these gurus, like Sadhguru. God does not like these people that are in positions of power that are bigots. They're lying. They're just like telling people not to live a certain lifestyle that they're actually engaging in. God is tired of watching that, to be point blank, period. That's what the Most High is saying. I'm tired. It's time for my children to step up and be who they are, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Wanting to straight up crucify you. Again, that's not going to happen. So Spirit is saying that you guys are going to be the new leaders of this world and the new inspirational people. Just even of, when I was working at the Crystal, I was serving the community around me. And then I came back to my platform and now I'm serving the community online as we have that. And so it's like you could be drawn to do the same thing. I really feel like you could even end up writing entire books about healing and it would really help people. The Eight of Swords, these people want to stop you before you fulfill your destiny, but you're already in your destiny. The fact that you know that your higher self is God and that you're connected to God, that's basically fulfilled your destiny. And then anything else you want to do from now on is going to just further fulfill your destiny. We have so many different soul contracts that once one is done, we'll have a new one that pops up. Yeah, God is definitely mad at these people because you guys are supposed to be in the positions of power or having a large influence. And this world has done everything that it could possibly do to keep the wrong people in power. Like it's done everything that it could possibly do to keep the devil in power. And we're coming into a time in a new age where the devil doesn't have any power here any longer. Yeah, these people, what's wrong with them is that they see you guys as being a nurturer. There's also somebody that wants to nurture you. Okay, this could be a father figure. This could be just somebody who's very wise, they want you blocked off from your family, straight up. These people do not want you finding, like Girl Gone, they don't want you finding your birth family. They fear that. These people don't want you getting cared for by this King of Cups, because these people want you to be carrying burdens for them. They literally want to use you as an scapegoat, that whole premise, and they want to basically cast these burdens on you and make you carry them for them. And that's not going to happen. These people are losing their followers. They're losing the people that were watching them. People are waking up little by little. And as they realize that who the fake people are, now they're trying to find the real people. And this could be happening online and in person. You could find that all of the sudden, because this is a big energy that's being removed, you could find all of a sudden that people are smiling at you more, that they're, yeah, I'm doing a read for you guys and for you specifically, Girl Gone, but it is for all of you guys. So, but this is talking about like when you come into union with this information that this King of Cups holds, you're going to understand a lot more about your abilities and about there's going to be a whole community of people connected to this King of Cups. So like I was saying, it could be a father figure, something like that. Even be like, I'm hearing that you guys subscribe to the wisdom of the 7 grandfathers. Yeah, Astraea got the Tower in the World card with the butterfly on it. There you go. Yeah. So when you get this information, it's going to open you to an entire tribe of indigenous people that, you'll be able to learn from. I feel like keeping traditions going is a good thing, but it's also, this is all for the betterment of, you finding out why certain things have been a certain way in your life. Because I do feel like this King of Cups energy has a lot of wisdom that they hold, and they know secrets. They know secrets about, you got the 6 major arcanas yesterday. Yeah, this person knows about the success. This Hangman, these people are about to be sacrificed, and literally not like unalive sacrifice. They may end up passing away, but they are going to be literally sacrificed because Spirit doesn't want them holding positions of power. And Spirit wants you guys to not be misled, because these people are misleading others. And I feel like they've attempted to mislead you. And so they may oppose you and they may oppose what you're teaching your children. But again, they're not going to be able to do anything about that. The 9 of Swords. These people are suffering. They are crying and whining. And like I said, the person that tried to come into your dreams and attack you, Girl Gone, they are throwing up bile right now. Straight up stomach bile. Like I was tasting that. Just disgusting. just throwing up straight up stomach bile. And this is because they did so much death magic. I mean, they literally tried to do the same thing again, and boom, spirit was like, no, it's rejected. It got immediately rejected. Someone is trying to mess with your throat chakra. Okay, I'm going to play the throat chakra bowl for you guys. Yeah. Always let me know if you feel like a chakra's out. Okay. So we're going to clear and open the throat chakra. There we go. Now we'll boost it and build it back up. Oh, and none of the line went to Mexico. Well, that is interesting. That is very interesting. So knowing that these people are suffering right now, I mean, it could give you a little bit of a good feeling, but I just want you guys to know that literally God is letting you know this information because God wants you to know that a struggle is over. Especially at the struggle of somebody else trying to become you. I mean, when you get this information from this family member, you may end up getting information that leads you to contact a birth family member or somebody in your like distant family. You may end up reading about somebody in your family that was super famous. You're going to get such a huge download that it's going to like make a big difference in your life. Yes, absolutely. So, you know, you guys have spent, you've definitely spent quite a few lifetimes with your children. I mean, I'm seeing like 6 Native American lives on this planet where you've been with your children, girl gone, but your children have sometimes been your parent. So you may feel that, you may have felt that before, that in another life, you know, that they have been your parents. So yeah. And I'm getting like Native American, I'm getting like Australia. So whatever type of native indigenous people of Australia, Aborigine, I'm getting Australia. And then I'm also getting like you guys had a lifetime in Fuji. Interesting. That's interesting. I'm not for sure exactly where Fuji is, but it's a beautiful place. If you've ever been drawn to going to Fuji, that's definitely a reason, is because you've had a lifetime there. So knowing that you've had and these people live so closely to the earth that I feel like, you know, your children now, they want to connect with the earth in that same type of way. So it may benefit you to go for nature walks. Wow, Page of Cups. So yeah, somebody wants to come in and make an offer. When you find this information out, like about your other lifetimes, because some of it's going to come to you through dreams. In fact, a lot of this information is going to come to you through dreams. At this point, there's a big secret that's about to be unveiled. I think it's because you guys were in the civilization of Mu. Yeah. So Mu was predominantly, it was at a time frame when, I don't know the time frame, but it was at a time frame when the divine feminine was prevalent, was like the strongest thing on the planet. And it was maybe like the ruling force, even though they weren't really a ruling people. The females were the ones that were, you know, the spiritualist, and they had certain types of abilities. And then something happened at that time, and then the world became mainly male dominant driven. I'm getting that, you know, you have a lifetime in Mu that's coming up. How it works with lifetimes is that when in this lifetime, when we go through things that we've been through in another lifetime, they will come up to basically remind us that, okay, we've been through this before, something similar, and it needs to be resolved. This Page of Cups energy It's definitely about another lifetime where somebody tried to make an offer to you that was too good to be true, and you denied it. And I'm just getting an invasion of people, somebody wanting to come in and take your land. Also, you guys have had experiences where you've been archangels, and maybe we don't have the names for those archangels, but yeah, you guys have been actual angels. And absolutely, you guys have been a guardian angel before. And that's like a 4,000-year commitment. Anytime that you want to become, yeah, Mexico wishes Santa Muerte too as well. Yeah, so I'm using this past life deck because I've just found that this is like one of the coolest decks. And we're going to see what comes forward. I feel like we've all had lifetimes together, literally. And so this one is probably going to be the best one because the planet's going to shift in this one, and we're all going to move to a higher dimension or higher state of reality. We're going to basically move to that new earth that I was talking about, where it's just better. It's more positive. Okay. Look at this, High Priestess. I'm not joking. Like, you've had so many lifetimes as a high priestess. You could have been a gypsy, you could have been a prophet, you could have been an astrologer and a high priestess, but it says on that card psychic. That was the first one that I pulled. That's why this is so relevant, because there are psychic abilities that you have. In this lifetime, it talks about your lesson being truth and discernment. The time frame was the age of enlightenment. So you may want to Google the age of enlightenment and see what that comes up with. The identity here is a mother, and then love was polygamous or polyamorous, which means like having multiple lovers. Yes. Divine Feminine, Dragon Coven, Mary Sophia, Lilith, Freya. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Aphrodite as well. You've got some Greek connections. Oh, Athena, girl gone. Athena. The faith was sacrificial. The trauma that you went through here was war. The location was the Antarctic and the Arctic, and the death was poison. So this is something that because you are still this psychic in this lifetime, I feel like one of these people's is an enemy. Like, they could have wanted to poison you again, literally. Okay, so knowing that is so wild. The first card right off, High Priestess, psychic, intuitive. Okay, we have another one. This is so wild. What? Okay, you guys, this is weird. So it says this lifetime, not this one, but this on the card. Okay, it says, look at this. This is like Excalibur, the sword and the stone. Look at that. It says power. You are in a position of authority. So you are in a position of authority. You had fame or recognition. You could have experienced somebody that was abusing their power or a loss of power. This is the same thing. This is the age of enlightenment. Your identity was a mother. I think that this is the same life, to be quite honest. The faith sacrificial, the trauma was war. It's all of this is all the same as what I just read, which is wild. So I feel like there is definitely a connection there with that. Yeah, absolutely been high priestesses before. And somebody abused their power in the past, and they've tried to do that same shit in this lifetime, and it is not working in the past like it did. I feel like you were a very peaceful being, and you were a part of, like, I'm seeing kind of like Avatar planet. You were a part of a group of peaceful beings. Wow. Now this one is interesting. The location was Russia. This trauma that you're dealing with is because of betrayal. Your faith was prophet led. Again, more being a prophet. Love was promiscuous. The identity was some type of relative. The time frame is the age of discovery. So you may want to Google the age of discovery and see what comes up there. Your lesson in that lifetime was overcoming fear, because you died of public execution. And you were what does that word say? Proletariat. Let me Google that really quick. Literally, what does that mean? Proletariat. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me turn up the volume so you can hear how it's actually pronounced.
Proletariat.
Proletariat. Workers or working class people regarded collectively, often used with reference to Marxism. The lowest class of citizens in ancient Rome is another way of looking at it. Okay, that's interesting. So, again, this was Russia. You were see how this person is holding a flag? You were dealing with a war or uprising. Basically, you were part of a revolution, and that's why you were executed. You were ending a reign of terror for people, and you were basically fighting against the wealthy elites of Russia. And again, at that time, that's why you may want to search and see the Age of Discovery and see what Russia was, because maybe it wasn't even called Russia at that time. So that lifetime is definitely current. You're definitely going through the energy of a revolution. You're rising up against all of the tyranny that you've been experiencing this entire time. Wow, that one just fell out. Oh my gosh, this is hilarious. I mean, it's not funny, but it's just funny to me because all of the stuff we were talking about is coming out in these cards. Okay, so this one, the time frame was the early Middle Ages. We know that the Middle Ages was hardcore. Don't tell the little one God if she doesn't want anyone to know how she's connected to you. Absolutely, I will not. So yeah, the identity in this one was a guru or idol. That is hilarious. The love was separated by distance. The faith was Gnostic or dualistic, which Grogan, you've got some Gnosticism within you. The trauma was mental illness. The location was Southern Europe and was death by suicide or uicide, excuse me. The lesson is forgiveness. You were a guru. And the reason that this happened was because there was corruption, the fall of a civilization, greed, ignorance, and indulgence. And so they basically, I mean, that looks like the Tower of Babel to me, straight up. It just really does. So, yeah, you being a guru, basically, they didn't want you to exist. So just knowing that, we clear everything with these past lives that is not benefiting us. And then any of the gifts and treasures that Spirit has for us, we accept. Okay, so this one was a non-contagious illness was how you passed away. The lesson was about self-identity. The location was Mexico. It says the trauma was imprisonment. The faith was monotheistic. The love was unrequited, which means you could have loved somebody and they didn't love you back, or somebody could have loved you and you didn't love them back. Your identity was a young female. The time frame was the early Bronze Age. And oh, this is sad. See, this is why you guys probably advocate for children so much, because you were abused, abandoned, orphaned, kidnapped, or sold childhood trauma. So yeah, knowing that in another lifetime you also were orphaned, that's to me, for you to have gone through that trauma in this lifetime as well. And it's not that you did, it's not like you're actually orphaned, but you know what I'm saying, being adopted and stuff like that. And even for those of you that were not adopted, having this in your background, knowing about it, that's something that you want to clear up and heal with Spirit, because you're never orphaned by God. God never orphans you, okay? And Jazzy, I can do medium readings. If you send me a $20 super chat with your question, I can look into it. But we're already at an hour and 14 minutes, so I may be closing the reading soon. Okay, so this one, the identity was a lover. The love was spinster. So this could have been a same-sex relationship or same whatever. So yeah, same sex. Faith was fanatical. Trauma was oppression. Civilization was a lost civilization. This was some type of miscarriage at birth. So you could have died during giving birth. Okay. Your lesson was becoming more natural, and the time frame was World War age. So maybe the First World War. Oh, look at this. Flood, tsunami, or tropical storm, lost at sea or drowned. Wow. And I'm also getting that some of you could have been on the Titanic. I know that's at a different time frame. Wow, these two just flew out. Okay, we'll read these last two ones because I feel like these ones are relevant to what's going on in your life now. So, okay, this one, your identity was an adult male. The time frame was the early Stone Age, so you may want to look that up. The lesson is hubris, which hubris is like a combination of arrogance and stupidity. The death was an animal attack. Your location was in the jungle. The accident, the trauma was it being an accident. Well, I guess you can consider an animal attack an accident. Your faith was nature based, and you were an adult male. I think I said that. So look at this. So there was an animal attack. Also, there could have been a plane crash, a bomb, an air disaster, a tornado, or an asteroid. I am definitely getting the asteroid energy. So you could have been here when asteroids came and basically destroyed stuff. You may want to look at the Book of Miracles. Okay, the Book of Miracles is a very old book. Oh, is it? The censorship is really heavy right now. I'm sorry, you guys. I have no control over that. The Book of Miracles is a very old book. It has a lot of different paintings in it, and we don't know who created the book, but it basically predicts all of this stuff that's happened. I mean, it's like somebody from way back in the past that painted the stuff that we're going through today. So we've got, wow, time frame, the age of Atlantis. The lesson was abuse of technology. And we've talked about this lifetime before. The death was by accident, obviously. Location was island of Atlantis. The trauma was persecution or torture. This is giving me big reptilian vibes, like maybe you were a different type of extraterrestrial that was in Atlantis, and then this reptilian, yeah, this is definitely about reptilians. Polytheistic was the faith. Your love was celibate or asexual. You were a young male in this lifetime. And look at this. There was somebody that was trying to, this is exactly, okay, so this is a lifetime that is affecting why somebody is trying to do this to you here. Look at this person. That person looks like a pirate, but it says bully. It says tormentor, scapegoat, which we were talking about that, flying monkey, and easy target. So this person has followed you from that lifetime to this lifetime, literally. Oh no. Oh, we asked that Archangel Michael intervene for Ragnarok. And yeah. Wow. Yeah, and intervene on that energy. Yeah, yes, you definitely did have an Atlantean time frame. That is so funny. Like, I mean, it's not funny, but it's just wild to me how we were talking about these people trying to use you as a scapegoat, and this is obviously coming from this other lifetime. You may have dreams about these lifetimes after hearing about them. What did I say about this? Look at this. Native American indigenous people. Okay, so this one was the early Middle Ages as well. Your identity, again, was a guru or an idol. So you've been a guru, like I said, in this reading more than one time. This says, the love was separated by distance. Your faith was Gnostic or dualistic. Well, we know what Gnosticism is, but dualistic stuff could very well be like, okay, what is it? In Russian mythology, they believe like the god of sunlight fights the god of moonlight. It's that type of thing where it's like dualistic, where with all the forces of nature, they're trying to fight each other to become more dominant. Wow, she looked like a native woman. There's a woman who was crying when she saw you. She looked like a native woman. Wow, that is wild. This trauma was mental illness, so that's come up twice. The location was Southern Europe. The death was suicide. Lesson is forgiveness. Wow, time frame early Middle Ages. Okay, so this could have been, a cult that was after you, a monastery. You were part of a tribe or a commune group living. You would have rather died than be integrated into Christianity, is what I just heard. Into European Christianity, which we don't know what that was actually like. So, wow. Oh, you had a dream that an old Native American woman was crying. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting that has to do with this lifetime. I feel like you were crying because it was when your tribe got invaded by, I don't know, it feels like Viking type energy. When they got invaded and they were being captured, you basically self-deleted to avoid having to be turned into like a Christian or whatever it was that they were worshiping at the time. So that is wild. Watch movie. Oh, like we're an Anton Protector and Russian film watcher. Wow. Wow, interesting. So yeah, you guys, I always knew that you guys were very psychic. I mean, that just shows up. So this is how basically your past lives relate to what you're going through right now. Each one of these. So I'm going to just repeat them. One was an asteroid attack or something like that, The other one was the tribe living in the commune. Another one was revolution, you being a part of a revolution. This looks like the sword and the stone to me, the sword and the stone, but this is also about power, somebody that was obsessed with your power and your position of authority. Again, the high priestess, the gypsy, the prophetess, all of that stuff. And then we had one where you were being bullied to death, which, surprise, surprise, somebody was trying to use you as a scapegoat. It's like all of these things are like happening collectively. This one was a tsunami, a flood, or this could have been the flood of Noah. And then we have also the childhood trauma, being orphaned or trafficked. And that could be why you're such an advocate for children now. And then this one was you were another guru, and it was the fall of a civilization at that time. And I'm getting, Babel energy. So yeah, those are the ones that came up really, really strong. You're very welcome. I'm so glad that I was able to give you guys that information so that you can do a little bit more research and just contemplation on it, and how, by releasing the situation itself, it's going to cause it to heal. Okay, you guys. All right, you guys, know that God loves you and know that I love you. Thank you for making it. Yeah, she was in a cave and she was talking to you. Okay, so yeah, if you go back into that dream, try to look and see what's on the cave wall. Yes, the flood of Noah for sure. Yeah, so you could have definitely, you were a Nephilim giant. You could have definitely, but I'm getting that in that lifetime you were able to go to Antarctica, so you were able to actually flee. Wow. Wow. Wow, Ragnarok. Okay, I pray that all evil eye gets broken, everything that they're trying to send to you. That's not cool. That is not cool. And start rebuking these people, because they don't have the right to do that. Like, they may have the free will to do it, but it's breaking spiritual law to attack you guys. All right, you guys, thank you for being here. Know that God loves you, and know that so do I. I'm giving you guys lots of support. Okay. Yeah. If Girl Gone, when you have another dream, if you end up being in the cave with her again, try to see what's on the wall, because I feel like that's going to be a big story for you. Okay. The movie is in English. Oh, wow. Protect from the innocent from vampires. I love it. I love it, Shaman Maria. Okay, you guys have a wonderful day. God be with you. Peace be with you. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.